Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. Right now, Bitcoin is back down to $39,582, getting a very small sell-off in that last hour. We dipped back down to 39,300 once again, and a big thank you again to everyone who liked that video. So let's see if we get this video to 70 likes. We got to 50 likes in the last video. Lots of support. We're at 9,306 subscribers. We're less than 700 subscribers away from 10k. Once we get that 10k, we're gonna do that $1,000 giveaway that everyone's been waiting for. So leave that like and subscribe, guys. Woo! Moving on. Right now, Bitcoin back down to 39,582. We are in a bit of a trade at the moment. We can take a look at this chart right here. Looks like we have broken down below support and we've come back up a couple times. You can take a look on the shorter time frames, maybe even on the 50-minute illustrates a little bit more. We've come back a couple times, retested as support, failed to break as resistance. We broke out a little bit on the 15-minute, but we came back down. We can take a look at some larger time frames. These were just wicks above, and right now we are still getting rejected. So take that into account. Right now, if we do break lower, I'm going to be illustrating some key targets that I'm going to be looking at. So obviously that first one, that major target that everyone's been talking about and everyone can obviously see, is that on this larger time frame right here on the daily, you can see that we've had some significant wicks once we got into this level. So 37,700 is going to be an area that I'm going to be looking at right now. So we are in a bit of a short at the moment. Let's see if it plays out nicely, but for the time being, if we do come down, 37,700 would be my target if we get to this level. If we do not hold this level, right, and there are bigger factors at play and we start to break lower, then I'm going to be starting to look at 34,700, which was this previous low right here. We had some wicks down there. If that doesn't hold, then 33,000 would be my next target, as we would reach this previous wick right here at the very bottom. So pay attention to that. We did get some nice bounces off 34,700, but if 37,700 doesn't hold, you want to be taking a look at those levels. So I'm going to be taking a look at those levels if we move down throughout the weekend. Again, if it's a slow bleed, maybe I won't take that trade, but if it's a quick drop, we might get a quick bounce off of that and make a nice amount. If we enter a trade at around this area, then we could make a nice little 5% there, possible 30% with the amount of leverage that we use. And right now, Bitcoin on the daily time frame, you guys can take a look. We have a 12 and a -4 on the DBSI, starting to slow down a little bit, but still quite bearish. On the 12-hour, still a 14 and a -3. We're just gonna have to see how things play out. Again, the money flow is back into the red on the 12-hour time frame. We are still in the green on the daily, but give it a couple more days, it might start to cut back into that red. And the weekly time frame, we are still in the red money flow for the time being. Now, mind you, it is very small, but it is there. So if we close this week, there is 21 hours. So tomorrow, or I guess today, is the last day for Bitcoin to pump up and potentially reverse this red money flow and get back into the green. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Leave your comments in the description of what you guys think, or hoping to think that's going to happen. And in my opinion, I think we are going to close into the red, and we are going to get a significant correction for Bitcoin in the coming weeks and months. But we're just gonna have to see how things played out. I can illustrate it again for you guys once we get into that red money flow. For anyone that hasn't seen this video, I know it's very annoying, but there's a lot of people who are always new to watching the Crypto Mickey channel, and there's always new subscribers, so we always want to educate people. And right now, you can see on Market Cypher, every time we cut into that red money flow, it has been followed with a significant correction in Bitcoin. Now this one took us 8 weeks, and then we corrected, or 56 days if you will, and we corrected 54% from the highs here. Now back in 2014, once we cut into that red, you can see that first red cross, right? We came back into the green for a little bit, but we ended up coming into the red. So after this red cross, right into that red money flow, we corrected again another 56% or 58% correction in Bitcoin right there. I'm not sure. I think it was 56% last time I checked. So around this area, 50, that can't be right. Is that right? It's 59%. Was it really that much? Well, okay, I guess it was 59%, almost 60% drop right there, the price of Bitcoin. So let's just see what happens. And on top of that, we do have that red diamond right, the -5, and you want to take a look at what the traditional markets are doing as well. Again, they are not open today, but we closed that week with that big sell-off in the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, with the Fed potentially, you know, saying that they're thinking about raising the rates back to 2.5% by the year end, which is completely insane because the economy will certainly not be able to handle that, as mortgage rates are on the rise and a housing crisis could be on, you know, the brink, you know, soon. If it keeps rising, you know, people won't be able to afford their homes and they're gonna have to sell them. And when you have that factored in by hundreds of millions of people, then, you know, you're going to drive the price down, because you're going to have a market full of sellers, because nobody is going to be able to afford mortgages. But again, we're going to get into that in another video. Like I've said many times before, I'm going to, you know, think about making one soon. And let's get back into Ethereum quickly. Ethereum also coming down to 2880. I always get onto these economic rants, but right now we're gonna stay focused on crypto. If Ethereum comes back down to 2880, I might be interested in opening a long position, but we're just gonna have to see if we get a nice bounce. If it is a slow bleed and we start to break down, then I'm just gonna hold off on that and look for 2632. Now, if Bitcoin attempts to break back up once again and it gets rejected once again, then that would further confirm that we were probably going to, you know, to the downside, reaching around 37,700. Anyways, guys, if you guys want to see my trades, you guys can join the link in the description and you see all my crypto trades. My profit loss history is on my website, and yeah, you guys can just basically see what you're buying. Anyways, we had a nice 40% gain in the last 2 weeks. So if you would have put in $1,000, you would have made $400 basically over the course of 2 weeks. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Leave a like and subscribe. If you guys haven't already, you guys can sign up for Big Get Trading. Links in the description. Help support the channel.